Hi Aquarius, Sun, Moon, Ascendant, or Venus. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your September 16th to the 30th, 2021 reading for you. Now I ask if this reading resonates with you, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. If you're interested in any of the cards that I'm using, they will be listed and linked in the description box below. Now before we begin this reading, let us clear the energy space, raising our own energy vibration and releasing any negativity. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. Releasing all negativity from the body like storm clouds. Letting yourself feel calm, centered, and at peace as we enter into this safe and loving space. Let's let the bowls sing as we see what the tarot has to say. Aquarius, September 16th to the 30th, 2021, Aquarius. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. At the bottom is our rooted self. The left-hand side is our inner self. The middle, our heart, our emotional self. The right-hand side, the public arena, the public self. So let's see what the cards have to say. We have the Death card, Scorpio energy. The dying way of the old self, the rebirth of the new. If we have Scorpio energy within our natal chart, that's coming through very powerfully at our root as a rooting, powerful, grounding energy for us. And then we have the Fool, beginning a journey, going and taking that leap. Our inner self, we have the Seven of Air. And we have the Four of Earth. Our emotional self, we have the Tower, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, it's a change. And we have the Three of Swords. After heartbreak. A change that broke our hearts. We have the Four of Cups, water sign energy, Pisces, Scorpio. Oh, water sign, well, yes, it is water sign energy, but the Four of Cups. And then we have Justice, which is Libra energy. Time frame. No, not time frame. If we have Libra within our natal chart, that's going to be coming through very powerfully in the public arena. We can have this sense of needing to always move forward to what's just, or see things as just during this time. So do be mindful of that, because there's going to be a little bit of an issue when it comes to justice. It's like, okay, well, what is justice? What's fair to me might not be fair to you, and what's fair to you might not be fair to me. So we have to be very mindful of this. Let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Angels and spirit guides. We have the Princess of Pentacles, Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. This is going to be ourselves being a little bit naive with money, needing to look at things a little bit more deeply, a little bit more succinctly, like, how do I want to move forward financially? How do I want to move forward in my prosperity, in my abundance? We're also going to be very drawn in by people, all type of people, as long as they have like a good story, a good sense of a struggle story. That's going to be something that we can get really drawn into, and we have to be mindful of that, because some people are just going to be pretenders. They're just going to be scammers, and we can't be drawn into the tale that they've told and compassionately want to help them, only to have things kind of blow up in our face. So do be mindful of that during this time. Our chakra energy, angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels. We have universal light. This is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There is a sense of light guiding us forward. There's a sense of passion and prosperity and insight, really opening the darkness, really opening the door to us and for us to be able to walk through and say, okay, this is where I stand. This is what I want. This is what I desire for my life, my soul, myself. It moves us to the death card. Now, there's a sense of transformation. There's a sense of, I didn't know I'd be walking this road. I didn't know I'd be, claiming this path. And the death card is this sense of the dying away of the old self, the rebirth of the new. For some of us, this will not be a painful thing. For some of us, it's like, okay, I'm entering into this time of change. It's changing my ideas. It's changing the way that I see things. It's opening up doors. For others of us, this has been painful. This has been a dying away of dreams that we once had, a way that we once saw ourselves. And now we're entering into a new way that we see ourselves, a new set of dreams, a new set of passions. And that brings us to the Fool. That brings us to being able to embrace a way to move forward that others might think was foolish, others might not understand. And the fact of the matter is, during this time, we need to embrace our road, our understanding, our desire, and where it is that we want to be as individuals. When we embrace the Fool, we embrace kind of a hero's journey. Well, not kind of, we embrace a hero's journey. Because a hero is a fool before he is a winner, before he succeeds. People say to have strength like Hercules, to have, determination like these mythical beings. But Hercules did penance because he was a berserker. He killed his whole family and spent his life trying to make up for it. When we embrace our fool's journey, we don't sit there and compare ourselves to greatness that isn't always seen. All sides of that greatness aren't always seen. We always tend to leave something out. We always want to just highlight the really good stuff and forget about the rest. When it comes to the Fool, we are embracing our hero's journey because we are embracing the confidence and the power within ourselves to be able to look like a fool, to be able not to be understood, and yet still move forward and say, you know what? Nobody became an entrepreneur. Nobody became an innovator. Nobody became a creative if they weren't willing to take risks, if they weren't willing to look foolish and have everybody laugh and say, oh no, you won't, or you couldn't possibly succeed. This isn't saying to quit your job and join the circus, unless that's what you want to do. Having money makes life easier. It just does, period, end of discussion. Only people who have always had money don't know that. So here, it's saying to embrace our journey, to embrace our passion, to embrace what we desire, whether that be changing careers eventually or having something on the side that really brings us joy and prosperity and success. We need to be patient with ourselves. We need to also look at the way our energy is moving us forward, what we want, how we're seeing things, how we're discovering and understanding. The 7 of Swords is the sense of I need to take what I need to move forward and not weigh myself down with things I cannot change and things that are no longer relevant. As we are embracing our hero's journey, as we are going through this transformation of spirit and soul, we have to see ourselves differently. It's going to be a have to, not we should see ourselves differently. It's going to be there is a different part of us that we're highlighting. There's different ideas and insights that we need to focus on. And that's going to be important for our inner selves because it leads us to the 4 of Earth. Now the 4 of Earth, the 4 of Pentacles for me, is the vampiric energy card. It's like, okay, what is going to be stealing my energy, stealing my passion, stealing my power, not making me and not letting me move forward the way that I want to. During this time, though, it's very different. Within this card, it's very different. It's like, okay, what was the vampiric energy that kept me from my rooted, prosperous self? And what is it that I am releasing from my body, my soul, my being, my consciousness, to be able to ground me in a way of success, in a way of bounty, in a way of wealth and becoming. It moves us to the tower. It moves us to being pushed out of our comfort zone. It moves us to being shaken. We can look at things differently. We could have a scare that really impacted our hearts. And it doesn't mean that we had to have a scare recently. This could be from years upon years ago. But it impacted us. It weighed heavily on us. And now we're looking at things in a very different way. The tower can be a very little change. Oh wow, I never thought to look at it that way. Or, oh my gosh, I have to give a talk in front of X amount of people. I hate public speaking. It can be that sort of change, that sort of thing that pushes us out of our comfort zone and makes us look at it more powerfully and just look at ourselves more powerfully. It's like, I'm more powerful than I realized. For others, this has been heartbreak that has been a part of us for way too long. It's almost like we define our lives by having the shoe drop, the other shoe drop, everything falling apart. What this is, though, is spirit pushing us out of our comfort zone and saying there's more here than meets the eye. There's more to this life than you know. Now is the time to see it. Now is the time to embrace it. Now is the time to understand it. Because with the Three of Swords, this is the heartbreak, the pain, the disappointment that has defined us, that has silenced us, that has made us timid and had us walk forward in an apology for our own existence. Now when we look at things and we look at ourselves, we claim the hurt that we have had, the pain that we have had. We say, I see you, but I'm not defined by you. I've been pushed out of my comfort zone. I've lost what I once thought was most important. But now I'm starting to realize the true value in myself, in what I need, and how I'm moving forward in my life. It leads us to the Four of Cups. It leads us to a blessing. It leads us to a power that isn't necessarily seen all at once. It leads us to a better understanding of ourselves, but also to something that doesn't feel like a gift. This is a gift from divinity. This is a gift that opens up our eyes, but it's not going to feel that way. It's going to feel like, oh great, this is one more thing that I have to, take care of or be in charge of or, whatever. And so here, we're going to start to find our balance. We're going to start to have to see things, not in the, oh my gosh, now what? But in the, okay, what is this teaching me? What is the gift of this? And it feels like such a nonsense, like kind of, hippy-dippy way of looking at things. But it's a powerful way of looking at things. It's saying, okay, there's a purpose to everything. And sometimes I have a hard time with that, because is there a purpose to everything? Is there a reason for all of it? Because sometimes when you look at the horrors of the world, I don't see the purpose there. I don't understand. Here, though, there is a sense of what is happening is teaching me. And it can be that it's teaching us compassion and understanding and patience. It's teaching us to be better, kinder human beings. We're finding the way that we embrace our lives to be a little bit in question during this time. It's like, am I spending my energy the right way? Am I looking at things the right way? Am I moving forward with the right ideas? And this is going to be a time where we need to take the gifts that come to us that don't feel like gifts, that can be overlooked, that are a bit annoying, and say, oh, that's showing me a different path. Because it's leading us to justice. It's leading us to be discerning with the energy around us. Because we're going to want to be just. We're going to want to say, it has to be this way, it has to be that way. We're going to want to be fair to everyone and everything. And sometimes you're going to hurt people's feelings. Sometimes you're not going to be fair. And you know what? That's okay. Because if we are discerning with the energy that is around us, if we are discerning with what we give our time and energy to, all of a sudden we become more discerning of the quality of our life, the power that we have, the justice that we have to ourselves. And we stop selling ourselves short. Our subconscious energy to be mindful of is the Lovers, falling into a pattern of pleasure. It always has to be pleasurable. It doesn't. It would be wonderful if it was always pleasurable. It would be wonderful if, every moment of every day we always loved what we are doing. That's not the case. We have to be mindful of falling into lust and thinking that it's love. We also have to be mindful of very charming people who know the right thing to say at the exact right time, and yet have no substance to them. And the no substance thing, that's only learned as we live, as we grow, as we get to know this person better. It's not going to be easily seen right away. If you do see it, if you do pick up patterns within it, it's like, oh wow, I can see that this person is going to be just like that person. Step back and make sure you're not judging them harshly, but step back and make sure that you're putting yourself first. You're discerning with the energy that is around you, because divinity is handing you gifts that don't feel like gifts, that feel like doubts and fears and extra burdens and questions, but they're powerful. It moves us to our subconscious chakra energy, which is soul's healing. Again, this is the soul star chakra located 6 inches above our crown. There's a healing, beautiful light that rains down on us, that guides us, that embraces us, that centers us during this time. It moves us to our subconscious rooted message, which is the mystic. It is a sense that the mystical becomes the powerful. It is a high priestess, the veil being lifted from our eyes, the sense of understanding and beauty and insight. It's a sense of truth being astoundingly important, and lies being easily seen. This is the time where we see people for who they are, not necessarily who they want us to believe they are. So do be mindful of that. Do be mindful of the intensity of your insight, of your intuition, the intensity of your power. It can be a little bit too much, and if it is, don't feel afraid to say, you know what, I need to step back from this. But it's also going to be your greatest kind of compass during this time. It moves us to our subconscious inner self. And that is 2 of fire, the 2 of wands, being able to see a new way forward, being able to embrace healing, being able to embrace passion and desire and creativity, knowing that there's more than meets the eye. It leads us to the subconscious emotional self, and that's the 9 of wands. The 9 of wands is letting everybody else's words have an impact on us, define us, guide us. Because here we are a bit vulnerable. Our hearts have been through so much, and we're having to address the pain and the hurt and the disappointment that has defined us for so long. And here with the 9 of wands, we're being told to look at things and to hear everybody's opinion and not let them sway us, not let them shape us. Because everybody has their life to live. They need to live it well, and we need to live ours. We have to be proud of how far we've come and what we stand for now. But be mindful that everybody's going to want to have a say, especially during this time. Everybody's going to have an opinion, and you're just going to have to kind of step back and be just to yourself, because it can be a little bit too much. Our subconscious public message is the moon. The moon is at our root. Now the moon is part of our subconscious. It guides us. It guides us in a way that we don't understand. We need to listen to the ebb and the flow of the moon. Our passion, our power, our insight, our understanding, to open up the door, to really see who we are and where it is that we want to be. This is a time where mysteries are revealed, and we start to revel in the fact that there's freedom here. All right, Aquarius, I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the change that is to come. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Aquarius.